Hey guys, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe so you are first to know when new videos come out and you can see the reading quicker. If you are a return sub, you know I appreciate all the likes, shares, and comments. It means a lot. So this is the extended version of the spread that I started to pull on TikTok. And really exciting stuff. We are officially in Leo season. So happy birthday, Leos. Here come the lions. Now, I want to kind of talk about some of the energy I've been pulling pretty consistently, especially if you guys follow me on my TikTok lives. I've really been sharing that Leo season is really pivotal. A lot of energy shifts are happening. For many of us, tons of transformational work. The death energy has been coming out very frequently. So a lot of endings to things, coming to terms with things, closing the door on things, and also doing a lot of inner work and accepting that part of yourself, right? So anytime that there is a ending, there are new beginnings on the horizon. So I'm going to go over the couple of cards that I have already pulled. I've shuffled pretty extensively offline already, but I'll just throw a few more times. Okay, one more, and then I'll go over the cards that I've already pulled. Okay, so again, I did mention that we've gotten the death card, so huge pivotal energy. Then we got the strength card. So for me, this is a lot of self-confidence, inner work, taming that ego, taming the beast. You know, sometimes we get very stuck in our ways, and we have to learn to open ourselves up again. We have to learn how to be ready to receive, to be open and courageous to new experiences, people, places, and things that normally maybe before this kind of awakening or shift or transformation that many of you have gone through, that you would have closed yourself off to instantly. You're like, yeah, that's not my thing. But now you're kind of looking at things with maybe a different lens or a different perspective. This also represents Leos, so Leo season. So again, this is going to be a very pivotal month. And if you see the number 8 on the lion's head, it's turned to the side, the infinity symbol. Another card that has that pretty prominent is the Magician card. So a lot of you in Leo season are making shit happen. And that's a really exciting thing because finally, right? Then we got the Star card, which is one of my personal favorites, primarily because I'm an Aquarius and it represents the star. Aquarius and Leo are actually on the opposite sides of the zodiac wheel, and there's some synergy within those two signs as well. This is all about peace and hope and a wish coming true. A lot of you, you're finding yourself, you're coming to terms or accepting yourself. You know, I'm always really careful to say to love yourself because sometimes that's a work in progress, and at least you need just to accept where you are and hey, I'm evolving. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm sure as shit farther than where I was, right? The Star card is also about new beginnings, things starting to align. It's almost like the stars are aligning. You're starting to understand maybe the laws of the universe. You're starting to come more in a higher vibration, and you're starting to understand that you need to feel happiness and gratitude and let go and surrender and not chase energy for things to start to manifest, right? And for many of you, I don't know why I need to say this, but it's almost like you're finding your way home. The stars like putting you on the path that you're meant to be on. Sometimes home is kind of just this metaphor for finding yourself, but for many of you, it's finding the path, the true path that you're really meant to be on. It's like the stars are lighting the way. You know, sailors back in the day, they used to follow the stars for navigation. It's kind of like that. For a lot of you, maybe it is you just gazing up at the stars and it's kind of like helping you calm down or just things starting to click. The card that came out next is the Ace of Pentacles. So like I say this all the time, when there's an ending, there's always a new beginning on the horizon. The Ace of Pentacles is major earth energy, so it's something that you can touch, feel, and see. Meaning that you have to sometimes surrender and let go and come to an understanding that what you were doing in the past, who you were in the past is now done. It's made you stronger who you are now. A lot of you come to that self-realization, and now it's time to actually start to get what you want and manifest it and start to align. Now the Ace of Pentacles is a beginning. So again, you have to put action behind this. This is certainly can be more abundance, more money. It can be a relationship coming into your life. I always say that because relationships are something you can touch, feel, and see, hopefully. And for some of you have a different idea of a relationship, then we'll just keep that out there for you, okay? But this is very much, I don't know why I just saw this, but if you see in the middle of this tree trunk, it's almost like a stencil of what maybe a star would be. And so for a lot of you, like the star is the center of this, you know, so a lot of your ideas and the things that you've been thinking of, kind of getting the wheel turning, you're putting action behind it, and things are going to start to move. There are 5 points to a star, so change, you know, movement, forward movement. And again, the cool thing about this is that, you know, sometimes a tree trunk, you have the outer rings kind of show the age of the tree, right? For a lot of us, and I really cannot stress this enough, because social media can be very deceiving. I think a lot of people get very competitive, or they get down on themselves, or they get frustrated that they're not where this person is. And there is a lot of that, because what you perceive is what you think. And especially if you're looking at somebody maybe who's a lot younger than you, and you're like, well, shit, if they can do it, I can, but they're already like a millionaire and I don't know how to do this and I'm uncomfortable. So number one, never ever compare yourself to anyone. We are all in our different own time frame. And for some of you who feel like, you know, you're getting started kind of on these outer rings, and I'm saying that respectfully because age is nothing but a number, but please understand that sometimes the wisdom and the experiences that you have already gone through, they're going to set you up better for when you start and actually things start to move into motion and actually come to fruition. So don't worry about where you land, okay? Don't worry about if you feel like you're, oh my gosh, I have to catch up because I'm so-and-so age. Like, don't worry about that. And I think for some of you, it's been kind of something in the back of your mind, like, oh, like I have to start over, and I'm like, you know, my 40s or 50s or older. It's like, how the fuck do you do that? Honestly, don't worry about that, because the best is yet to come. If you look in the outer part of the bark on this tree trunk, you can see the leaves and things are starting to sprout and grow. Understand that things can happen at any time. Growth, prosperity, abundance, your time can come at any moment. So please don't think that you have to be a certain age or you're past a certain prime. Get that out of your head, okay? Let's see what else is coming down the pipeline. Come on. All right. That one did not want to come out for some reason. Okay. We got 3 of Wands. So again, what I was saying with this Ace of Pentacles, it is necessary to put action behind something. The reason is that number one, the universe likes it when someone meets it halfway. It's like you need to be a little scrappy and get your part done, right? Because the universe needs to see that you're being serious. But if you don't put action behind an ace, it's just going to stay where it is in the beginning stages. And the whole point is to grow, evolve, and move. And the 3 of Wands is that's what we're moving toward, right? The 3 of Wands is growth. It is prosperity. It's still kind of at that, you know, adolescent stage, but you're starting to see progress. You're starting to see things starting to click together. You're starting to see how things are starting to get, you know, there's movement, there's progress, there's connections. Your networking circle is starting to expand. You're starting to you're starting to see the power of learning as you go. And the 3 of Wands is starting to notice that your ships are going to start to come in, or that you feel like things are starting to align and that things are coming to you rather than you chasing it. So remember how I was mentioning, you know, we're aligning with this star energy. This is a really important step in understanding, because that's when you align and let go and you're not chasing, that's when things actually come to you a lot easier. We got the Queen of Cups. This is the Mother of Cups in this deck. The Swan. Lovely looking at the stars. I think those are stars. This is all about bringing your inner creativity out. This is starting to, this really hones back to like the law of vibration, the law of attraction, where it's all about feeling happy. So the whole point, and guys, I always really push this. If you don't know enough about that, please go and watch Abraham Hicks. You'll get a better understanding. The whole premise is that you don't need the action to feel the gratitude or happiness. It needs to almost be flipped the other way around. It's about feeling the happiness and gratitude, and that you're just at peace with what you have, where you are, and who you are. And once you have that, things start to easily come in, because then the action matches the vibration that you're in. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So the Queen of Cups is all about putting that creativity out there, expressing yourself, letting those emotions out, being happy, doing something that makes you feel excited and happy, and gets those creative juices flowing. Sometimes it's easy things like painting. It can be drawing, it can be songwriting, it can be singing, it can be being out in the garden. It's going to be different for every single one of you. But please take note, do what makes you feel good, because that is going to put you in a better vibration. Things are going to start to click in place. You got the Two of Wands. So there are going to be some decisions that you're going to have to make. But I don't feel like it's going to be very hard. I think it's once you put a lot of happiness and energy into things that you love to do, I think the decision and the choice that you're going to be making is going to be very simple for you. It's like, look, I know that I may be in this corporate 9-to-5 gig and it pays the bills, and I'm grateful for that. I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about a subject matter, about a certain subject matter. I've met great people. Ultimately, this is an opportunity for me to still daydream and still, yes, do the work that I need to, but ultimately set myself up for something better and that I love to do and that I'm really excited about every single day. So the choice that you're going to be making around the direction you want to take your life, I think is going to be a really easy one. It's almost like you're naturally going to pick something that you feel good and love to do. So it's not this hard, stressful, like crossroads that you're going to be at. I feel like you're just going to be having to make a choice like, do I want to do this forever? No, because it's like, it's okay, but I love to do this, and there's ways that I can make money and be happy and successful, and you're going to start to see options too, okay? The biggest thing, and this is, we have two twos next to each other. We got the Two of Swords. So one of the things that I do want to keep in mind, and this is just a really good illustration, the Two of Swords can be mental entrapment. It's self-entrapment. It's almost like self-destruction in a way. Like you're mentally overthinking, and sometimes you're going to be stagnant or stuck because you're like, well, what if this doesn't happen? So what could happen is that the negative thinking, or certain things start to creep in, like fear, ego, not trusting yourself, getting frustrated or worked up and letting those emotions overtake. The thing is, if you can see, it's almost like there's an eclipse going on right now. We went through a lot of eclipses in the last month or two. So that energy is going to be very prevalent for probably within the next 6 months. But don't let the negative, the fear, outshine or cover the potential and the happiness that you were feeling. This is kind of what I was talking about, is learning how to transmute. When we were talking about the death energy, this is something you've gone through. Now, we're human, so it's going to happen, that we can fall back into negative, ways and patterns that maybe we need to kick ourselves back out of. But it's almost like when you hone in and learn how to transmute negative thinking into positive and starting to get better at understanding and feeling what it's like to be in a high vibration, that's when you get to these periods where you get mentally stuck, then you need to kick yourself out of it and say, nope, I need to start thinking positive, changing the way I talk to myself. Because if you get stuck in this Two of Swords energy, it's almost like you get on this negative downward spiral, and it's hard to get out of it once you get too far down. So again, transmuting and really listening to yourself to be positive is very important. Let's pull a few more. Nice. One more. I thought two came out. Woo! Okay. We got Seven of Wands. The light within you with Seven of Wands is standing up for yourself, is setting something that you believe in. The light within you, what you want, your desires, your goals, has to outshine anything else. So what I'm going to say is, I would say, Spirit keeps saying work in silence. Okay? I'm not going to put a time frame on that, but definitely in Leo season, a lot of you are the beginning stages of something. Work in silence. This is not the time to like overshare or like, hey, what do you think? Because people are always going to have an opinion on your life, the way you want to take it, what you're doing, and they may not agree with it, they may not get it. It doesn't matter. If it means something to you and that goal, desire, whatever is strong and it burns bright for you, that's all that matters. And for a lot of it, you're going to have to be the positive beacon. You are going to have to be your own biggest cheerleader through a lot of this, because you're carrying yourself and you've done it before, but you have to maintain a positive outlook. It's not if something's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. You have the Knight of Swords, this beautiful owl leaning in with the sword going down. This is charging forward. This is learning as you go. This is going in with confidence. This is doing your part, researching, trying to, have the data and facts as much as you can. But this is also trusting yourself intuitively that you're going down the right path. And this is all about listening to yourself. So in order to listen to yourself and hear what your intuition is saying, you have to cut out all the white noise. Your voice, your light, your passion, your creativity is all that matters, okay? So don't listen to everyone else, because ultimately you're gonna have to make the decision anyway. And again, you have to trust yourself the most. Nice. So we got the 9 of Pentacles. Sorry to count. Sometimes Roman numerals throw me for a loop still, and I'm like, get it together. This is a fantastic energy. This is 9 of Pentacles. This is the self-made card. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck, because I've always loved, feeling like I'm self-made, that I've done it myself, that I'm financially independent and stable, that I'm good on my own, very independent and individual. And so for a lot of you, this is getting to that point. This is about, the feathers. Please keep, for some of you might be seeing feathers. So please leave a comment if that's the case. Those are usually signs or messages from your angels, your angel guides or spirit guides. Every color feather has a different meaning, so please just look that up. But the white feather can indicate peace is coming, calmness is coming. There is a, it's almost like the tables are turning a little bit. So, and the 9 of Pentacles is coming to almost at a completion, where you're getting to the point where you feel not only safe, stable, confident, your money's looking good, you feel good. I say that, not that money's everything, but financial stability. When that is in a good place, most people they feel better. They can handle things better. When their finances are kind of up and down, it's sometimes hard because you get out of sync pretty easily. So again, it's about, and by the way, abundance and prosperity can mean different things for different people. So for some of you, it's you're finally moving into your own apartment or townhouse or home where it's yours, right? You've completely made it from, a really hard relationship, being into a really bad, scenario or an environment, moving into your own place. It's yours. You don't have to answer to anybody. You pay the bills. You can paint the walls the way you want, whatever. For some of you, it is, creating an entrepreneurial business that, is literally growing and thriving, and it's really taking off. For some of you, it is moving to a new location, and you're being independent. You're, doing it on your own. You're experiencing new things. So this is a really amazing card, because it's a self-starter, somebody that's worked really hard to get to this point. And for some of you, all I can tell you is that from the changes that you've made, trusting yourself, believing yourself, and learning that law of vibration and attraction and the importance of transmuting negative to positive, this new beginning is turning into something very, very prosperous for many of you. And we're talking cha-ching coin, and there's nothing wrong with having a fat wallet. So please make sure that you like, comment, follow this channel, and if you don't follow me on TikTok and Instagram, do so, because I also post there as well. I hope you guys like this reading, and can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye.